Hello guys, welcome to my channel Vivek Pandey. So guys, this is after a long time I'm recording this session. This is directly to you all, to my students. So this is for the playlist of Python learning. So in the series of Python learning. So in the last video we have seen about map, we have seen about the lambda function. Okay, few functions are remaining, so those things we are going to see in today's class, such as filter and reduce. After this we can go with the collection concept. Okay, so without any wasting our time, let's start. Now, what is a filter? What is filter function? So these all are higher order function. uh, Map, filter, reduce. Okay, now, like map, filter is also a function that is commonly used in, like map, filter is also a function commonly used in Python. Okay, now the filter also, it takes two arguments. How many arguments? Two arguments. What are those arguments? First is filter. Yeah, it takes function, and then one is sequence. Function and sequence. Okay. The first argument is what? Function. It means first argument is what? Function. This will return. What this return? It must return a boolean value. Return a boolean value. Okay, the function should return boolean value, and the second argument should be what? Sequence of item. Sequence of item. Fine. So these two things are there in this. Okay, now, like the filter function applies the function passed as an argument to every item or sequence. So if the function return true of an item, then it returns that item as a part of its return value. Okay, now let's see. We will check one few examples how it is working. Okay. Now, for example, if I'm writing a code, the code is to check all the even numbers. How we can write the code here? For example, here I'm just writing a code here. In this def check even, and then here I'm just passing what? A parameter, and then return num percentile to equal to 0. Fine, that is going to be returned. Now my num is equal to, I need to give a sequence. This is my sequence: 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. For x in my num, if check even, and in this what I'm giving x, and then what I'm doing here, I'm just printing x, print x. So what is the meaning of this? The meaning here is for x in nums. So this is a variable. Each and everything it will be taking from this, and it will be checking. Like here we have what? A function call. Okay, with a parameter, with this argument. Now whenever we are calling it, it goes here and check the number. So here it will be taking what? 1 in this. So when it is 1 here, 1 percentile to equal to 0. Is it returning? Is it true? No, it is false. Yes. So it will not go inside this and print this. Again, what about the second number? If it is 2, 2. So if it is 2, 2 is again 2 is what? For yeah, in this 2 we are taking. Now it will be checking again with the 2. Here is also in the x we have 2 now, this time 2. Now this 2 will be shared here. This becomes 2 here. Now the condition becomes true, right? The condition is obviously true. When it is true, it will come here and it will print. So whenever the condition is true, it is printing, guys. So like this, it will print. The condition will be true for what? Only for even numbers. And let's see what we are getting. Okay, invalid. Yeah, t, because of the t it got invalid. 246. Yeah. So this, to solve this problem, we can simply use what? Filter function. So to solve this, we can simply use what? Filter. So see here how I'm using this filter. Def. Okay. Everything is same. Which one is not same, that I'm going to remove. Control Z. Okay, fine. Here, now up to here, see return num, up to here it's fine. But instead of this for loop and all, what I can do directly, I can use what? Print the 2 to 3 lines. No need of writing those 2 to 3 lines. No, just simply write here like this: print filter, filter, and then inside this filter you can pass what? Two arguments. One is what? Function. Check even, comma, minum, minums. So now what it will happen? It is just throwing what? It is giving us the object. Okay. It is returning what? The filter object. This is returning what? It's returning filter object. Object. Okay. But now I wanted to convert it. To convert it into actual numbers, we have to pass it to the function list. Okay. So let's see how we can do that even. So simply I need to pass what? List here. List. List list. Again one bracket, here one bracket. Now see here. In the list I got 2 comma 4 comma 6. So it is really helpful. Instead of those loops, I can make use of this. Okay. Now we can compare actually. So yeah, we are getting the same. Now let's see. I have one question for you. Let's see how many of you can answer it. The question is def, and function name is f1, and then here it is. I'm passing a parameter num, and then here we have a return num into num. Okay, and then here is my sequence. My num equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Now here what I'm doing is I'm just passing the filter function, list of filter of and f1 function comma my nums. Okay. So now what do you think, what will be the output here? Yes. Do you think that it will return the squares of it, like num into num? Do you think what it will return? Already we have told the function will always return boolean value if it is returning true. So ideally the function pass filter should return what? Boolean values, but it does not return the boolean value whenever the value is returned. It is what? Non-zero. Actually this is non-zero. It means what? It is not going to return what? Exactly squares. So now you can just check it. So what we are getting directly 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah. So what happens? Python converts it into what? Boolean. But in our case, each value in my nums returns the value will be its square when is a non-zero value, thus assumed to be what? True. So this is what everything is what? Non-zero. If it is returning, that is what, even if it is returning this square, that is treated as what? Non-zero, zero and non-zero, right? So that is the reason we are getting what? We are getting the same. This is, so these kind of questions you may expect in the company specific bits. Now one more question. I have one more question for you. Let's see, even if you can solve, you can pause the video and check whether you can able to solve it or not. Return num percentile 2. Okay, my num equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Now print again same thing, list of filter of f1 comma my num. Okay, now what can be the output? Just think once, what can be the output here? Will the output will be like, for example, if I'm doing here 1 percentile 2, what will be the output? 1 percentile 2, obviously it is 1. 2 percentile 2, so 2 whenever we are doing 2 percentile 2, yes. So what it does gives, so whenever I'm giving what? 2 percentile means what is the reminder? Obviously it is what? 0. Again here 3 will be remaining same. 4 percentile to 0, 5 percentile. So in which one we are getting 0, that will not be printed. Which one we are not getting 0, that will be printed. So it means what? For every even number, the return value of a function will be 0. Yes or no? Exactly. Like for example, 2 percentile 2, this will be 0. Again 4 percentile 4 percentile 2, this will be also 0. That's it. So 2 4 remaining all, it will be not be 0. So it will happily, it will print what? 1 3 and 5. Got it? So this is what another example. Okay, so now let's see another one more example, third example. In this third example, I'm just removing this part. I'm just giving what? Print hello. Just it is what? A string print hello. What do you think? What will be the output here? So as it is a 5, so hopefully this is for 5 times. But now why we will be getting the same answer. Let's see here. Hello, hello, 1 2 3 4. But we are getting an empty list also. Why we are getting empty list, guys? Because hello is displayed 5 times because the filter function has called f1 5 times. Now for each value of my num, since f1 has not returned any value, f1 has not returned any value, by default its return value is assumed to be what? None, by default. So what we have to understand here is, by default its return value is assumed as none. So representation of false, thus filter returned an empty. Okay, so this is one another example. So now if I'm just going here and I'm replacing this every sentence with a pass, now what happens? So f1 is not returning any value actually from this because it is passed, nothing is there. So by default it will return what? If nothing is returned, then if nothing is returned, what it is? Empty list. Okay, empty list. Hope you got. Now Now once more, what I wanted is, okay, fine. Now let's see here. F1, I just don't want to give any parameters. F1 pass, and then here I'm just giving what empty list, and then this is what this is not required. Here, just observe it. Here, if I'm writing here pass, and then for this, what would be the answer? Obviously, this function will not return anything as it is false. So answer will be what? Empty list. Let's see. Empty list, yes. Now, now let's see one more example. If I'm writing here something like this, return num percentile 2. The moment I'm writing this, what will happen now? And in the num, I'm giving my nums, I'm giving 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So all these are there. Now what it will print, instead of filter, I'm just using what map. So in this, will it give me the option as 0 and 1 or same value? Earlier it was same value with the map, right? Sorry, with the filter, right? So but here what it is, yes, why we are getting error? Because map, what we have, map f1 is, we do have f1 and my num. So I need to give what, some parameter I need to pass, right? So here I'm just giving what num. So see here how I got 10101. Okay. So for odd numbers it is all and for even numbers it is like divisible by 2. So that is the reason we got it. Okay. Now we have something called filter with a lambda expression. Filter with lambda expression. How we can do this filtering with a lambda expression? Let's see one or two examples, and then we can understand it better. Okay. Now now we have a question. The question is, I'm just writing a question here. Write a lambda expression that accepts a character as argument and returns true if it is a vowel. For vowel, it has to return what? True. Otherwise, false. Now, you ask the user to input his or her name and display only the vowels in the name. In case name does not contain any vowels, so no messages. Okay. So now let's see how we can solve this. This problem can be solved like this. I'm just using this name input, enter your name, and then what I'm doing here, vowel. In vowels, what I'm just taking here, list of a filter of, and in this I'm just using what, lambda function, ch colon in ch in, it's a variable ch in, and then a e I o u, right, and then name. Okay. So now here I'm just using lambda. Now what we have to do is, if length of vowel is equal to 0, In this case, what I need to do? Print. If it is 0, nothing is there, means no vowel. Print no vowels in your name. If there are vowels, then we can go with the else block. Else print vowels in your name are, again here vowels. Okay, here also it is vowels. Now let's see whether it's working or not. Else I have given somewhere else. Okay, I should give maintain the indentation. Let's see. It is asking me to enter a name. Vivek Pandey. I entered Vivek Pandey and vowels in your name are I, E, A, E. Okay, it is perfectly working fine, guys. So this is how we do make use of lambda function with the help of what? Filter. So filter simply gives what? It returns. What exactly it returns? Yes, it returns the Boolean values. Fine. Now let's get back to the reduce. What is this reduce is all about? So let's see. It is also one of the higher order function. So reduce. A reduce function. What is this? This is used to reduce the sequence of an element to a single value. Okay, this function is used to reduce a of sequence of elements to a single value, processing the elements according to the function. So now it returns only a single value. That is important one. It returns a single value. Okay, that point we need to note down. So whenever we are passing a sequence kind of a thing, we will get what? Single value. Now let's see what is the syntax of this. Syntax. We have to import, guys. This one is not available directly. We have to import from func import reduce. So what you have to import? Reduce from where? From the func tool. Okay. So this is how we do this reduce. Now let's see one example, few example. After seeing few example, it will be clear for us. Okay. So now we have, let's see some of the elements. So how we can find out the sum of the elements? Let's see. Now here I'm just writing from func tools import. What I'm importing? Reduce we have to import from another module, we can say. Now list of numbers. So I'm just writing here numbers is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. That's it. Now sum element is equal to reduce. In this reduce, what I'm using? Lambda x comma y, and then I'm giving out expression x plus y comma number is a sequence. Okay, now what I need to do? Print sum of elements, sum elements. Okay, now what's happening exactly here? We are finding the sum. Actually, I already explained you about lambda. If you have not seen, just you can watch the previous video, you will understand about lambda. So this is how we are using what reduce with the lambda, and we are getting some errors. What is this errors? Numbers, and somewhere here I have given only number. It should be also numbers. Now 15 we got. Yes, the sum is 15 only, right? 1 plus 2, 3, 3, 9, 9 plus 4. Yes. See here. 1 plus 2, 3, 3, 6. 6 plus 4, 10, 15. Correct. 15 is the correct answer. Okay, guys. So now let's do the product also. How we can do the product? Same thing. Just what you need to do here. Change it to what? Start. And some, let it be like that only. 120. We got the product also. Very easy, simple. Now once we got the product, so now let's see what we can do in this. Okay, now I have imported this. Now I'm just erasing all this. Numbers is equal to 5 comma 3 comma 8 comma 2 comma 9 comma 1. These are the sequence number series max element. I wanted to find out the max element. How we can find out max element? Reduce, and then here we have lambda x comma y colon x if x is greater than y. We are writing a condition else y comma numbers, and then we are finding what? Print max element. Okay, so what is happening here? Here we are having what? Comparison. Lambda x comma y is what? X. If okay, if the meaning here is if x is greater than y, if this is greater for this, else y. So it means what it is saying exactly here x. If here we have to return what? X. If x is greater than y. If it is not greater than y, then we have to go with the else, and we have to print what? Y. So now let's see what is the output here. I got 9. So 9 is the biggest number, right? Out of all, 9 is the biggest number. So for the biggest number code, you can also write in this way. So guys, that's it for today. We are done with the reduce and filter functions. Okay. So reduce and filter are done. Now in the next class, we are going to see about list, tuple, set, dictionary. So all these things you are going to learn in a next video, in the next session. So as of now, I wanted you to just brush up the concepts of map, filter, and reduce, and also lambda. Okay, guys. So if you really like my YouTube channel or playlist which you are concerned about, so please do support with your love, affection in the terms of like, comment, save, share. All these things you can do. You can like mostly it is subscription. Why it is, if you are subscribing and just pressing the bell icon, then obviously whenever I'm posting a video, you will be getting it. So that's it, guys. Thank you. We will meet again in the next session, next video with a new concept. Okay, till then, thank you.